It's crazy right now. They are in such a good position. They're going to see all these teams funnel into their line of sight. They have the natural cover of the tree, the fence line. This circle is going to be pulling towards that fence line. Space Station need to do something about this team, and the bombardment is actually going to force them off.
That's big. SSG on another match point team. He's going to crack one. Of course, that's also the Gibraltar Shield. Here comes Drop, forced to bubble. SSG can just pray now that other teams will fight, and that defensive bombarment's going to buy him time.
Let's see if he has the opportunity, because he already used the dome, and that's going to be an indicator to TSM and Optic right behind them. GMT2 trying to take this fight. Too little too late as the bombarment gets called down onto them. They don't have the dome, they just used it.
Gonna pop the shield bat early.
TSM, GMT in trouble.
Optic Gaming takes out TSM kills Optic Gaming. They're taking.
Yeah. Blue knock for you. I'm calling right. You gotta go left though, you gotta go left. Nice try, bro.
It's game over. It's 2 winning teams.
Hey, is it 2 winning teams, really?
Yeah, it is.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Looking to go back to back. They take out one. Sharky pushes. Dome shield is placed, and now Dome of the Apex Legends Global Series.
Yang menang siapa ini? Zero, anjir lah. Wah.
The emotion on the face of that man.
Jen Burton kah?
Jen Burton, his father in the audience. After sitting back
Geser
and watching
pagi-pagi.
his teammates do it in Sweden, having to wait for his chance.
Ini Jen Burton kan di Sweden gak ikutan.
This weekend, Jen Burton is a champion. Zero is a back-to-back champion.
Menang kah?
Sharky is your back-to-back champion.
Udah menang kah? Oh.
And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Darkzero, your champions of the Apex Legends Global Series.
Congrats lah. Wah. Iya, Gen Burter waktu di Sweden kan nggak ikut karena kena COVID gitu. Pagi. Mereka menang di sini. Kok makin rame aja Gen Burter ajarin mas streamnya. Gila telat bangun bet gue dah.
Darkzero have done it! What a way and what a day. Last time around with a sub, this time the full squad's here. How does it feel, man?
Diulangin ah.
Amazing. It's my first LAN and oh my god, dude. Like it's incredible. No words can describe it.
Words can't describe it. Now you said your first LAN, right?
Kita
How is it
dengarkan
feeling when
ya.
you're going through these emotions, when you're going through these, because you have to get to that match point, right? You're feeling it, all that pressure. At what point in that last game did you know you were going to get it?
When the zone pulled to us, like we're just chilling and we just knew we're gonna win this game. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You get that feeling, right? You start vibing with it.
Racing.
Keren anjir pialanya.
We knew.
I can still see it now. That heart's ticking away. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. And what does it mean to you, to lift this trophy here in front of this crowd? I guess it hasn't really sunk in yet.
Yeah, it hasn't sunk in at all. Like it's amazing.
Oh, sama harus lihat leaderboard.
Any people you want to thank out there other than your teammates?
Huh?
Anyone you want to thank out there other than your teammates?
A big shout out to my teammates. They're absolutely cracked. And also a big shout out to my dad. He's in the crowd right now. And he came from Australia, 30 hours on a flight. He's a homie.
He definitely is a homie. I'm going to come around the back here. I'm going to go to the other guys. Wow. Man, what does that feel like? What does this moment feel like? Something you've dreamed of?
after Sweden, I didn't think it could get better than that. But today, after a nightmare start as well, 1 point in the first 2 games, somehow with match point managed to pull it out again. It's just insane, really.
It is insane. What a team, guys. And you said about it, right? Those first few games, it's not looking good. How do you keep your composure? How did you guys keep going? Like, what was the mentality like? What were you saying to each other?
Honestly, after game 3, I was pretty depressed. I think we had 2 points. It was shocking. But then, the most scuffed game in Skyhook, like we get rezzed, run up ramp, get 16 points, I knew we were coming back. Momentum was there.
The momentum was there. And just tell me about it, right? How tough is this lobby? How hard is it? Because there is so many great teams from all over the world here. Was this tougher than before?
I think it was definitely a lot harder than Sweden. Like, we struggled very hard today. And, like, we didn't get most points. Furio with, like, best performing team of the day for sure. His Watson is, like, redefining the game right now with Seer Watson Horizon. He is crazy.
And another win, another trophy, $500,000 in the bank as well. Does it even feel real?
Every day, like last time as well, couldn't believe it for a week after, but now it's time to farm an A, I guess.
I love it, I love it. I'm gonna come step in between. He just said farm NA. You had Sweden, you've now done it here in Raleigh. Does this mean, as a team, the Australians are just the best?
Oh, I suppose.
That's a very Aussie answer, I suppose, you know, why not? But overall, is anyone out there you want to thank? Anyone else you want to say something to when you got the mic?
Of course, got to thank parents, always backing you. That's a real big help. And shout out to Team Burger, another Aussie team who made it to finals. Let's go, Burger!
Burger getting a lot of love. We got the Aussie flag out here as well. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Let's do that again. Let's do it properly. Rally, you ready? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Darkzero are your ALGS champions. Rally, make some noise! Let's get ourselves back to the desk.
Darkzero, your ALGS champions of 2022. They go back to back. They take it home in Sweden, and they answer the call loud and clear here in North Carolina. They are the best in the world, and it's going to be up to the teams next year to try to prove otherwise. But right now, I am joined on the analyst desk, Rain Day, joined by James Bardoff, Genome, and of course, Tom T. Square Taylor. But I got to go straight to you, Genome, our APAC South representative. How are you feeling, man?
So good. So good. I mean, it was a come-from-behind victory, right? They weren't doing well at the start of the day. I think the other big thing to note is that dropping Lava Siphon and down the bottom of Storm Point, World's Edge is absolutely their better map. So to take out the win on Storm Point, like, yeah, they really are the best.
James, can words describe this feeling? I'm still excited.
What a great storyline. What a fantastic storyline to win on the Swedish playoffs, but then to come in with your full roster, to have your dad fly from very, very far away to watch you win in emphatic fashion, unbelievable. Another similar story in the final ring as well. The two teams who needed to win on top of each other, they have no choice but to cannibalize each other, and you could see that happening before it did, and then you knew we were going to have another champion, but to win both. And there's his dad on the stage there with the Jen Burton hat. Absolutely amazing scenes.
The crowd is loving it right now, and honestly they should, because that was what Apex Legends is all about. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We could have went to a 10th game. We could have eventually had every single team on match point. You thought once TSM started to heat up, maybe they're gonna go and play spoiler, but it was just Vorholst in that final circle. You had SSG go down. Once drop fell, you just had a feeling that
TSM ketiga tadi ya.
This was something that felt like it was unstoppable, because Darkzero had to maybe take the hardest, least likely road to be the one that we would believe is hoisting this trophy today. They didn't show up like they were the clear favorites after winning in Sweden. We questioned them. Were they the same? Jen Burton supposed to make them instantly better, and there were some struggles early on, but they found a way to do it, and that is the testament to the true skill that they had. And not only that, the camaraderie as well. I was so impressed with the way that they carry themselves, the joy those fellas have when they are playing together. And to be able to do it with Jen Burton, that's a promise that they kept, James, and that is a hard thing to do.
It really, really is. And what made it even harder is they got 0 kills in their first 2 games of this series. They finished 12th, they finished 16th, they finished 13th the game after with 3 kills, and that's where it began. A long slog, almost half the lobby, just shy of on match point. That is a lot of pressure, but they've delivered for the second time after doing it the hard way to come into match number 9 and take it over the line. It's amazing.
And, you know, at this point, the stage was set for Fury. It was set for 9 teams, Tom, to win this thing.
But I think that's where the experience of Darkzero comes in. They did it before. Fury has never been here before. They've never been to a match point format. You watch the placements and you watch the kills continue to grow for Darkzero along the way, and you see Furia continuing to play their play style, but sometimes you can be a little bit too aggressive, right? The one thing's for sure, they had 85 points. When it comes to overall points, they got the most points. Second place, pretty solid for your first land. Yes. But I think that when you're going against a team with this much experience, it showed with Darkzero.
TSM and Optic were so close, but as James mentioned, they fought each other. The new adjustment to this kill feed is you don't know who's getting downed until they're completely out, something they wish they had back. But of course, APAC South is happy with this result, Gino.
Yeah, I mean, if you're keeping track of all of those teams that are going down, you know who's still alive, right? You would have known that, sure, Space Ace and TSM and Darkzero are all still up, but you don't know which is which.
Posisinya bagus. Mereka baru dapat match point ya.
Even though Darkzero will claim the first place and a $500,000
dari
because
poin
of
sih
our
keempat,
Apex
tapi ya
Legends match point format.
Idis.
Furia, 100 Thieves,
Sistemnya kayak
Fnatic,
gitu.
and GMT will round out
Furia
those
udah 85
bottom
poin,
4
gila
of the
mereka
top 5.
banyak banget anjing, sayang
Most
banget
notably
nggak
Furia
champion.
getting $300,000 as we've mentioned.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it's
Iya,
a very
farming poinnya
interesting
banyak
situation that Furia were in once they're on match point, as T-Squared said, but I think that they chose to hedge their bets, and basically, as the final boss of most of these lobbies, they could just guarantee themselves at least $300,000 by running over people, whether they win or whether they don't. That is still a fat chunk of change.
Absolutely. I think, Tom, look at this too. When you're talking about Furia, you have to also mention 100 Thieves. They were maybe the second best performer on the day.
It was a pretty good performance, but we also have to take in consideration team compositions in match point format, right? Once you're looking at Seer, once you're looking at Horizon, 46% of this lobby is picking your typical meta, which is Gibby, Valkyrie, and Caustic, you know.
Yeah, and Furia, because they didn't have those options right, no Gibraltar, it means the only option, the only way they could play these matches was to run at people, was to win those engagements, because they couldn't play for position. They don't have the tools to do that.
All right, well, we've had some great performers here. I have my thought on who was my top performer, but I'm ready to get into who stole the show, who was really our MVP as voted by us and you from home over the course of this tournament.
MVP siapa nih MVP-nya nih?
The ALGS Monster MVP. Exciting stuff. And James, I want to get your thought. I know you've had a vote. How are you feeling about this one?
There's a few ways this can go. If you look at damage, if you look at Vaxlon, he's been absolutely ridiculous today. But then if you look at his Watson, I think as his breakout tournament, as a guy who's come on from just smashing people in ranked and being like, oh, I'll just smash people in LAN, doing 360s with a Peacekeeper, like it's been absolutely ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I picked one of those two, but I can't remember which one it was.
Gino.
Yeah, I mean, his Watson is, it was an incredible tournament by him, right? Furia had the most points at the end of this. That's got to count for something. And who was that on the back of? Absolutely his Watson and the insane stuff we saw from him, as Jen said.
Definitely got to go with Jen Burton at certain times, but going through the rest of the list of players, having in mind Vaxlon, as everyone mentioned, his Watson, and then Rambo is someone that we got to highlight.
That's a great point.
When we started this whole finals off, who better than Rambo with that amazing play, coming in, filling in, and just brought the vibes. GMT brought the vibes and brought a lot of energy.
Well, we know Rambo in cinema and in Apex Legends Esports shows up to save the day. Certainly did this time around, but there was someone else who took the Monster MVP for your ALGS Championship. And it's time to reveal it was his Watson
His
from
Watson kan,
Furia. You got to give it up
MVP-nya His
to the
Watson.
new rising star here in Apex Legends from a dearth
Emang dari
of
kemarin
competitive
His
play over
Watson
the
tuh
last 2 months. This was still one of the most
mantep
talked
sih.
about players alongside Imperial Hal, and we'll have some comments on it in a moment, but right now I want to get some comments from our Monster MVP himself.
That's right. Here's Watson grabs the Monster Energy MVP award. Make some noise for him, please.
Dapat award Monster Energy MVP award, tapi dia disponsornya Red Bull.
Big numbers all weekend long. Your first ever LAN event as well. You come in, you look absolutely insane, and you win this award. I know you didn't win the whole tournament, but how does this feel?
It feels pretty good. I mean, it sucks we didn't win, obviously, when we had the most points, but it's just how the game is. I don't know. I mean, it's fun. Had a lot of fun. I'm ready to be back for the next one.
Back for the next one. That's what we want to hear. Now,
Gila average skill-nya 2,29.
Esports environment here, right? Can you just talk to me about your journey? Because it's so incredible, man. You weren't even playing. You come in your first event, and you look like one of the best players in the world.
Yeah. I don't know, my esports journey, I mean, I started playing games when I was super little, and when I was like 18 or 19, I started playing Apex, and just kept winning, so I'm here. That's pretty much it.
Oke, bukan masalah wajar pro playernya. Di turnamen itu dapetin average skill di atas 200
but I wanted to be
coy.
like in the gaming industry since I was like 5 and 6 years old.
Even kalau lu pro
I didn't really
player
think
gitu.
I'd be here, but
Itu tuh average skill turnamen ini ya.
Hard work pays off. Now let's talk about some of that hard work. How much time do you put into Apex? How long has this grind been?
I mean, it's just what I'm super passionate about. I've basically just worked a 9 to 5 on Apex for the past year or so, and it's just what I'm passionate about. It's what I think about when I go to bed. It's what I think about when I wake up, and so I just got good at it.
Wah,
Natural
jadi
skill, natural talent. He's damn good, right?
memotivasi saya untuk main Apex.
Now you're definitely a fan favorite. You've grabbed
8 jam
yourself
sehari.
the
Yes, Watson goblok. Gambar shit Toy Story anjir. The fuck.
We'll see. Top 2 for sure. Match points a little iffy, but we'll see.
Top 2 for sure. That's what he thinks. That's what he's going for it. Guys, one more time. Give it up for your Monster Energy MVP. Here's Watson. That's the man. Let's get ourselves back to the desk.
James and his
Darkzero soalnya di Sweden kemarin kan Gen Burton tuh nggak ikutan gara-gara kena COVID kan. Yang sekarang Gen Burton ikut langsung champion anjir. Ah, ini nih kemarin nih.
Yeah, honestly, this has just been
Meriahnya
amazing
mainnya
again.
Watson
This is the biggest event for Apex we've ever had, and this is only the beginning. But to have such a spectacle from Watson and Furia, when we have such a spectacle for Apex as we've never seen before, it's just absolutely perfect for the game going forward. Honestly, the
ini mah match tadi anjing bukan kemarin. Furia ya poinnya paling banyak, sayangnya aja nggak pas udah match point mereka nggak champion sayangnya. Soalnya mainnya legendnya nggak ada yang defensif mereka kan. Aja pengen replay gue anjir buat nontonin matchnya. Tapi kills paling banyaknya tapi si Pandersnya bukan si Watson. Gila 23 killnya anjay. Si Watson di 15, Gen Burton 14.
The representative from Fnatic. Shout outs to bringing Lifeline in Apex Legends competitive. I want to see a little bit more of that. Mandy, Rambo, look at this, number 2 in the kill list, showing up as
jauh
a
banget,
sub
1-2-nya, 2-3
for
langsung 18.
What a performance these players have all had. And you gotta say, rounding it out.
Tapi gila farmingnya itu Furia semuanya ada di situ ya, pemain Furia. Poinnya banyak.
Your Monster MVP for the ALGS Championship.
Oh, ada lah. Aneh.
Well, it's been a long time coming. This is one of those events that sits with you, I'm sure, for a long time, and for us, certainly on the desk, has sat with us for a while. 957 days before we went to Sweden. It's been over 1,050 days since we were here. And I want to give you all just a second, so final thoughts on what it means, what it meant, what you saw, your experience to flesh it out and help us round out the day.
This is the beginning. As big as this is the beginning for
This is
Apex
the
Legends.
beginning.
It is a tier 1 esport that is absolutely sure. There is nothing like it in the genre or otherwise. And again, I think so there's a lot of people who came here, and thank you all for coming, and thank you all for staying. But you know, we want to build this so it's the whole hockey arena. We want everybody here. It's amazing to see what these players did today, but also over the whole week, and how many players in the future they will inspire as young as this game is.
Gino?
Yeah, I love what the ALGS has been building over the last couple of years. You know, the circuit we've got at the moment that builds up from the regional level and then comes and has a crescendo like this where we get such amazing moments to witness in person. It's fantastic, and yeah, it's only getting better.
I'm just grateful to be here and see what Apex Legends kind of embodies. You know, there's a lot of competition, but there's a lot of teamwork, there's a lot of camaraderie, there's a lot of love. We saw that from the fans, so I want to thank the fans, the players, the organizations, PGL, EA, and Respawn, everybody that's been involved, everybody watching at home. It's honestly been a blessing to be here.
It's all love on the desk here, but before we get going, we've just got to round out one little bit of homework. We did predict a few teams today, and we highlighted them, and we want to follow up on that by showing you how it turned out with the talent predictions. Anybody got Darkzero? Let's find out. I forgot, but I guess here's the surprise, and it shouldn't be surprising to you as well. Before we get to the talent predictions, we want to let you know that Year 3 is coming. Apex Legends Global Series just getting started. Our first live LAN since Poland, our real first live LAN with a crowd, and it is going to get even better next year. We will have all the details on
next year di mana ya
Apex
tempatnya
Esports
ya?
coming at you very soon.
Indo lah, Indo
And
walaupun
of course,
nggak
talent
ada
predictions
ini
here. Can you
juga.
believe it? None of us selected Darkzero. I can't help but laugh a little bit about that, Gino. I certainly don't think we'll make another tournament championship day without that.
I hope not. They deserve it.
Di Indo dong.
I'm always worried about the Caster Curse, so I stay away from them. But
Gua nonton dah, kalau di Indo mah gua datang bodo amat.
So, there's a good question.
Mau
Would he have
tempatnya
won
di Jakarta juga.
if someone else had picked Darkzero?
That's
if
true.
we gave Bardoff another pick, he would have picked Darkzero.
Exactly. I would have won eventually. I would have won eventually.
All right, well, what a day this has been. And you know, we couldn't do it alone. In fact, we got some people over here we got to bring over because it's been a long time coming. Colleagues, for sure. Friends, absolutely. But more importantly, family.
Gak bisa nonton
This
coy.
squad has been waiting to be together for a long time, and we finally are. It might make me tear up a little bit. I love these guys. I love this family. And we will be here for you for the long haul. Thank you to Apex Legends. Thank you to Respawn for making a game that has changed all of our lives and many around the world. And we want you to know we love you, we appreciate you, and we're not going anywhere. From all of us here at PNC Arena in Raleigh, I want to remind you to never give up. Never stop gaming. And
Never
we'll see
gonna
you
give
all
you
next
up.
time.
I'm gonna let you down. Mereka dapat spot enak sih si Darkzero nih. Placementnya bagus. Gue juga di strong point, placementnya di situ waktu ngerank menang. Dari arah-arah situ lah emang. Congrats lah buat Darkzero, Genburton dan kawan-kawan. Dua laginya nggak tahu siapa gue. Yang tahunya Genburton doang. Congrats. TSM ketiga, lumayan lah. Kedua Space Station. Pertama Darkzero, kedua Space Station, ketiga TSM. Hampir menang TSM anjir. Cuman mereka posisinya bad banget tadi. Knock 1-1. Nah, saatnya pipis. Sama gue mau replay dikit lah, pengen lihat. Nah, coba kita lihat yang lain ya. Ini apa nih, apa kata si Timmy? Mari kita lihat pendapat Timmy. Bagaimana pendapat Lesti?
Like unless you get like really lucky, but I think for a team base, like on like performing really well and being consistent throughout the tournament, I think Fnatic and 100 Thieves were doing really well, and even GMT. Those three right here, the top three teams actually,
lagi bahas
these
ini
three,
ya.
they actually played extremely well. These three teams, like no,
lagi
no
bahas
lie.
konsistensi
They placed well every single game. They were playing. They got a lot of kills. They were just they were
Furia
solid
total killnya 50
performances.
cuy.
And if one of these three teams won, I wouldn't be actually like I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? These bottom teams, on the other hand, I mean, they did play well as well. Like they got their points, they got into match point, but they weren't doing anything like kind of like crazy. I think Alliance, if anything, out of these bottom teams, Alliance was the only one that
di match
actually,
terakhirnya
they won 2 games,
kalau
and
leaderboard
like they actually like were playing well, but like they also had bad games here and there. But yeah, I don't know. I think these 3 teams were the MVPs too, and even I think a biggest shout out is to MGT, because GMT. GMT, they had a sub, and dude, fucking Rambo, they I mean, as a sub, he played fucking phenomenal, and I mean, outstanding actually. So yeah, I mean, I think it was a good tournament overall and solid no matter what. I think there was a lot of things that happened throughout the tournament, like, you know, the duo Pulverax, where we're just like, you know, getting out of the loser brackets and going into the potential winners bracket was really insane to watch. And I mean, I actually had a good time watching it, so I hope you guys did too. But my turn?
Enak aja kali ya, ntar gue cek rewards.
Apex time, chat? Let's play some Apex.
Apex time tuh kan, Steam juga habis nobar main Apex. Gue juga. Damn boy. Damn. Mas, Tobi. Here. restream. Kita restream main Apex. Langsung dulu, thank you. Lagi 5 menit lagi.